Hi, I'm Farron Cousins sitting in for David Pakman this week, and this is the David Pakman Show. David is on vacation. I'll be sitting here with you for the next few days. There's a lot to talk about, so let's jump right into it. I think one of the biggest things, obviously, that's been happening over the course of the last few days, and no, it doesn't involve the president coloring a flag wrong or not lowering a flag to half-mast. It actually involves the president trying to interfere with the FBI and the DOJ. Starting late last week, Donald Trump tweeted out in response to Jeff Sessions saying he wasn't going to let his DOJ become politicized. Politics were not going to influence what he was doing. So the president gets on Twitter and he says the following here. He says, Jeff Sessions said he wouldn't allow politics to influence him only because he doesn't understand what is happening underneath his command position. Highly conflicted Bob Mueller and his gang of 17 angry Dems are having a field day as real corruption goes untouched. No collusion. The no collusion part at the end seemed a little odd. Didn't really apply to what he was saying, but sure, throw it in there, whatever. Then later on, he tweeted out that the FBI ignored hundreds of thousands of emails from Hillary Clinton. And he issued this ominous warning at the end of that tweet. It said, at some point, I may have to get involved. At some point, I may have to get involved. Let me tell you my little theory about everything that's going on right now with the president and his angry, incorrect tweets. First and foremost, he is laying the framework to fire Jeff Sessions. Now, it's not because he absolutely just hates Jeff Sessions. I mean, he's not happy that the guy recused himself from any of these investigations. But Jeff Sessions, for the most part, has been carrying water for this administration. You know, he put together Donald Trump's family separation policy for him. He has been a good little servant, except in this one particular area. So Donald Trump wants to get rid of him so that he can eventually replace him with somebody who will fire Robert Mueller or replace him or remove him or otherwise interfere with that investigation. That is the goal here. It's not that he's mad at Sessions. It's that he wants someone who's going to make this other investigation go away. So by coming out and telling us that the FBI dropped the ball on the Hillary Clinton investigation, or that there was collusion among the Democrats with foreign powers, he's trying to get his followers to buy into the idea that something's not right with the Democrats, but Jeff Sessions won't investigate them. Something has to be done. We're letting them get away with massive corruption. And that is the framework that he's creating right now. Now, we all know there's no basis in reality for any of this. Yeah, the FBI didn't look at thousands of emails, probably because they weren't relevant. We know that they investigated that. We know the Republicans have investigated Benghazi to the moon and back, and they couldn't come up with a single thing with which to charge Hillary Clinton for. All right, it's over. Let it go. It's done. I don't care what your opinion is of Hillary Clinton or any of that. The woman has been investigated probably more than any other sitting politician at this point. They couldn't get her on anything, so let it go. And no, it's not because we had corrupt investigative services. The FBI wasn't corrupted just because one dude happened to favor her who's now been fired. No. The only reason Trump is talking about this is because he needs a reason that will play well with his base to fire Jeff Sessions. And again, the firing of Sessions is only to get to Robert Mueller. Basically send a shot across the bow. Unfortunately for Donald Trump, it's really not going to play out the way he thinks it is. Because here's what's going to happen. Republicans have made it clear that they would not appoint or approve, confirm, a new attorney general before the midterms. So you're going to get an acting attorney general, most likely, Rod Rosenstein. Well, we all know Trump hates Rosenstein, so what's he going to do at that point? Fire Rosenstein as well? Just keep going through that entire line of succession until he finds the right man or woman willing to interfere with the Mueller investigation? That's not possible. It's going to make him look desperate. So at this point, his hands are really tied. Not to mention the fact that even though Jeff Sessions has lost some friends in the U.S. Senate, particularly Lindsey Graham, he still has buddies there. Keep in mind, this is a very tight-knit, close group of people. There's only 100 people at any given point out of the entire U.S. population of more than 330 million, only 100 serving as U.S. senators. Jeff Sessions was one of those people for, I believe, a little over 2 decades. Everybody. They're his friends. They still have lunch together on occasion. They're not going to take so kindly to Donald Trump firing him. They might. They've proven over the last few months that they are completely spineless, that they're not willing to stand up to the president when he does these awful things. But eventually there's going to come a breaking point for these folks. There has to. It's human nature. Something will happen. Something will come down from the president. One scandal will be too big for them to talk down, and they'll have to eventually turn on him. It may come before the midterms. Most likely it's going to come after the midterms. But either way, firing Jeff Sessions would be the catalyst that a few of these Republicans need to finally say enough is enough. And again, there is a little humor in it. As I mentioned before, Jeff Sessions has done every horrible thing that Donald Trump has wanted him to do, and then some. You know, his war on marijuana out there. That wasn't something Trump asked him to do. That's just his backwards 1940s political thinking at work. So the one good thing Jeff Sessions does, which is recuse himself from the investigation, that could actually end up getting him fired. The one time he wasn't a completely backwards politician. The one time he did the right thing, and now he may end up paying the price for it because Donald Trump is terrified of the Mueller investigation.